Women often believe that just because of their gender, they can say or do whatever they want. But when reality steps in, it often proves to be a whole different story. Today, we're taking a look at times when men decided to give women a taste of their own medicine. And in many of these cases, the results were not what the women expected, and certainly not what they liked. Let's start with Claressa Shields, widely considered one of the best female boxers in the world. A two-time Olympic gold medalist and undisputed champion, Claressa never shied away from making bold claims. On social media, she would regularly challenge men to real fights, saying she could outbox them or even knock them out.
I'm like so respectful of the guys. Like, I done dropped guys in sparring.
That was my next question.
I done been dropped in sparring once by a guy.
He got you to the body or what?
Nah, I ain't never been dropped to the body. No, I ain't no fucking punk. I got caught.
She often bragged that she sparred with men, dropped them, busted them up, and beat them all the time. To many, it seemed like she really believed she could stand toe-to-toe with male professionals. But when she stepped into the ring for a sparring session against a man, the tables turned.
Yes. Oh! Oh!
The moment punches started landing, her confidence vanished. The reality was clear. What she said online didn't match what happened in the ring. Another story comes from Russia, where a young female fighter thought she had what it takes to challenge a well-trained male opponent.
Yeah, she's the female boxer who was really the best in the world. Nobody wanted to fight Lucia Riker. She was sparring with guys. She was probably the best female boxer ever, and nobody knows who the hell she is.
Her belief in herself was sky high, and she was confident that her skills would be enough. But as the fight played out, her punches had little effect, while every strike from him landed with impact. It didn't take long for her to realize that self-belief alone isn't enough to bridge the physical gap. Now, most of the time, when men face women in a fight, they still hold back. They know that if they went full power, the damage could be serious. But one karate master didn't hold back at all. His opponent was a woman who clearly didn't realize what she was walking into. Not only was she outweighed by around 100 pounds, but she was also outclassed in skill and power. When the strikes connected, punches, kicks, and combinations, there was no mercy. One clean shot later, she was left badly hurt, proving just how dangerous these situations can be. But not every woman who steps up is ordinary. Take Gabby Garcia, for example. She's a heavyweight powerhouse in women's MMA and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, built more like a male fighter than most of her peers. Some even believe she could give men real problems. Confident in her strength, Gabby went as far as challenging grappling star Craig Jones. At their first meeting, she even mocked him, laughing and treating it like a joke. But once the match began, things changed fast.
To be willing to hurt her, and I don't know if he is.
Listen, Craig has messed around with Gabby non-stop over the last couple of months in the lead up to this.
Oh, this is it right here.
There's no real ill will here, but yeah, he might have to put her to sleep because I don't think she's willing to.
Jones took control on the ground, and despite Gabby's size and strength, technique always wins. She fought hard and refused to give in, but when Jones locked in a choke, there was no escape.
I want to cry because I see all this.
The only options were to tap or go to sleep. In the end, the referee had to step in. In another match, a female boxer thought she could intimidate her male opponent with her confidence and energy. At first, she came out strong, throwing punches as if she had the upper hand, but it only took one solid knuckle shot for everything to shift. Suddenly, her defense fell apart, and she was being hit again and again. Credit where it's due, she didn't quit. She took the punishment and kept trying. But there's only so much a body can take. The referee eventually stepped in to protect her, stopping the fight before things got ugly. Sometimes, though, the problem isn't just in the cage, it's the reaction from the audience. In one instance, a male fighter simply agreed to do his job by stepping into the cage with a woman. He treated it like any other fight, ready to compete. But the crowd wasn't happy.
Oh, the knees, and that's it. Fallon Fox. Holy cow.
Oh, wow, what a beauty.
Feeling excellent. That was sweet, huh? Did you like that? Yeah!
Every strike he landed, every moment of control he showed, the audience booed. Even though he was professional, the atmosphere turned hostile, almost as if people expected him to hold back or lose on purpose. And then there's Lucia Riker, a name that carried real fear in women's boxing. Known as the female Mike Tyson, she broke records with her knockout power, even fracturing opponents' bones with her punches. After so many dominant wins, her confidence reached new levels.
Jaide's punches hit like sledgehammer.
People praised her as unstoppable, and she started to believe it too. But then she agreed to fight a man in Muay Thai. The match started, and for a brief moment it looked competitive. But once the male opponent turned up the intensity, there was no contest. His strikes landed clean, and in the end, Lucia was knocked out cold. It was a harsh lesson that even the most dangerous woman in her sport couldn't overcome the difference in strength, speed, and durability. What all these stories show is simple. Combat sports are not a game, and biology plays a massive role. Women may be highly skilled and some can dominate in their divisions, but when matched against men, the physical gap is almost impossible to close. These cases stand as proof that no matter how confident someone may feel, testing men in fighting often ends in a dangerous reality check.